They do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. I mean, I thought I had seen everything as far as the clout chasing was concerned. And comes to find out that I ain't seen nothing. Okay? I have not even seen the worst part of it, the best part of it. Man, so last week we all agreed unanimously that Jamal Bryant won the Clout Chasing Award. Yeah, you did, Jamal. You did that. When he pulled out his binder in response to Monique's binder. But this week, okay, we're going to take everything in order. First of all, my name is Jonelle. I used to be Jonelle ER, the event reporter, and now people know me as JoJo in these streets. But since COVID came along and tapped on the door, who is it? COVID-19. Do you have anybody else with you? The coronavirus? Yeah, that happened. Okay? COVID-19 happened, the coronavirus happened in March. Soon as I got back from the NAACP Image Awards, and what did I do? I went and started a whole new podcast. Real, and that's a film reel. Wife, women in film and entertainment is what you think it would be, but I didn't want to limit it to just women in film, because out here we have bosses, we have women in film, women in food, women in fashion, and women in fitness. So I thought it'd be wise to open the floor, to all the F girls out there. Yeah, see, I got a whole new terminology for it. All the F girls, if you're in film, if you're in fitness, if you're in fashion, and if you're in the food industry, yeah, this podcast is for you. Now, typically, what we would do, and we switch it up, is interview someone in a woman in film, food, or fashion, or fitness. But we don't have any interviews scheduled today because I am going to go over these television shows that y'all got us watching. Okay. Number one, everybody was waiting for the return of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. People were sitting at home watching Wendy Williams collapse, do everything on the stage, go to rehab, her and Kevin file for divorce, just go back and forth. We watching all of this. And they were like, we're the Real Housewives of Atlanta when we need to be entertained. Okay, we need to be entertained. Y'all asked for it, y'all got it, but no one seems to be entertained. I'm gonna tell you, it was kind of cool seeing the behind the scenes as a person in the film industry, seeing the behind the scenes of how everything is made. It was pretty cool for the cast to see that because they probably never get to see, the inner works of them going through makeup and wardrobe, and they wanted to welcome you into their world. Now, the people that was here, like Jess with the mess, and just was ready to get into it, they really didn't care too much about the background and all the other stuff going on. Like, they just did not. So the first episode didn't go over well, and they already lost the main drama keeper, Nene Leakes. Yes, you, Nene, don't try to deny it. It's all good. We love the drama. We are here for it. But unfortunately, some of our political bull went down. And Miss Nene Leakes did not agree to the terms that they had for her new contract. She was not with the and giggles. Okay? She just wasn't. So she decided not to accept the menial episodes that were giving her and to gracefully bow out and go about her business. That's what she decided to do. But the people cannot understand this because they were here, like just with the mess, ready for Nene to cut a rug. and she didn't cut a rug. um the people weren't interested in behind the scenes and the inner making, and oh, it's COVID and blah. Nobody wanted to do that because people wanted to watch the show to take their mind off COVID. No one wanted to talk about COVID. No one wanted to pretend COVID existed. The reason people like these reality shows is because they take them out of the real world and into your life, your living room, and your business, not reminding them of the troubles they facing. So that didn't go over too well, and the ratings didn't go over too well. And some people tried to attribute it to Nene's absence. Well, I'm not so sure about that, but I digress. As my I forgot the word you use for frenemy would say. Mm. Anyway, we not gonna go back on that chapter. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the second episode, we talked about it. Now, the third episode, I thought it was kind of cute. Cynthia and her daughter were reviewing past episodes. Now, I don't know if that was part of the original plan for Cynthia and her daughter, that she can now drink Bailey wine with. And her daughter said she was going to point out all the things where her mom could have took her into consideration before she filmed it, said it, thought it, did it. She was like, did you care anything about me? So she wanted to point out all the indiscretions that she did not appreciate her mom, Cynthia Bailey, doing. I don't know if Cynthia really agreed with it because she seemed to be on track and happy with what she saw, pretty much. But I love Cynthia. She never does anything out of malice. So no, Noelle, she would not have been like, oh no, I wouldn't approve of this, what she was doing. Now, if she was doing something crazy or they asked her to do something really, really crazy, I know she would have said, no, I got a daughter that's watching this. So I know that it was no malintent, no pun intended in saying mal either. But let's think. Do the fans really want to sit up and watch a whole hour of Cynthia and her daughter Kiki and Anise laughing about old episodes? Or was this a diversion? Do you think that this was maybe just some sort of diversion so that they could show Nene Leakes? Because Nene was in the old episodes. They weren't even showing like behind the scenes of this year's film, and they went way back, you know. And sad to say, everyone's over the wedding talk already, and that's what happens when you release stuff too soon. They're over it. Um, I don't know. I was reading the comments in Twitter, and people were saying they would rather have seen Candy and her family review the show. Because mom, cousin Bertha, and Mama Joyce, and Todd too. Todd is really quick with the jokes, and he comes correct with the jokes. She comes with the jokes. They all come with the jokes. Riley too. Riley included. So I don't know if it was like, if it would have been more interesting if another family did it, or if it just wasn't interesting if anybody did it. And who wants to sit up and watch someone? There is already a TV show for that. There's a television show where they go from house to house. Now that might have been cute if the producers would have went to everybody's house and watched them review stuff that they didn't like. Maybe the scene where Nene was spitting out those policies on Kenya, and where she would have been reflecting on maybe that wasn't the smartest thing to do, or different things that happened when maybe Portia was dragging Kenya and she was like, maybe that wasn't the smartest thing to do, or something Kenya and Mark did together. I mean, I don't know. Y'all got Drew Sidora and her controlling husband, who just want to do what he want to do when he want to do it, thinking he could just leave the house for 3 days. Like, there had to be some backstories and back scenes behind that we could have saw. And we could have saw her mama, what she really said when he walked back up in that house, not the filmed version of it, okay? Like how she met him in the driveway. Because if you leave my house for 3 days and no phone call, no nothing, oh, you're not walking up in the front door because we gonna have cameras and we mean you in the driveway. Like, no, sir, don't even pull up, just pull out so you can pull on. Okay, that's the way it would be going. That might have been a little more interesting, but I couldn't take it. After like 25 minutes, I just Coins for Love was on TV One. I even seen it before, but I said I'll look at Essence Atkins again with her great acting self. And I'll take my chances of that. You know what? I would just go to Facebook and turn to the Taraji show and watch Taraji talk to Mary J. Blige. Actually, I screen recorded a whole interview with Mary J. Blige, um, talking about the new winery and the big wigs that she signed with and why she started loving wine. Yeah, I watched that. I watched anything. Okay. I mean, anything I could watch besides that. Love you, Cynthia. I get it. I got it. But I just wanted to see the show. Could we have not went to Fallon's house and watch her and Simon talk about how they got together and the kids and the beauty of it, and our saw both Simon's sets of kids together with him and his new wife and how they all interacted. I mean, something. Can we not watch Kenya do a photo shoot again with Latoya? Like, we could have even watched that rather than to watch Cynthia and her daughter regurgitate their thoughts and comments on old episodes. And it wasn't even like we were watching something that was like very funny or entertaining. So I just was like, yeah, I'll be back, Bravo, at 9 o'clock for the real poop show. Real Housewives, speaking of poop, Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm starting to think that RHOP is not for Potomac, and it might be for poop, okay? Because I don't know. Candace, this was the third reunion, part 3, where we had to sit up and take a deep look at you, still whining, still crying about the beatdown that you got by Monique Samuels on national television and how you were just so traumatized. But you were so traumatized that you had time to drop a line to your good friend Karen Hooger, who told you that she would have pressed charges too. You had time to tell her to rot in eternity, to burn in eternity in hell, something like that. Really? You was that distraught that, they say hurt people, but you know what? Karen was like, oh no, this sound like some mental instability here. Karen picked up that phone, called the producers, and was like, you need to get this girl some professional help. And I don't blame her. So then Candace had the nerve to get mad saying, oh, you were trying to get me fired. And she was like, no, ma'am, I was trying to get me some protection because you obviously had lost your mind. And I was trying to get you the professional help you much needed if this is your thoughts to me about what I need to do. Okay. Yeah. It actually might have been borderline a terroristic threat because that's just pretty serious. If someone says that, you know what our rest in peace girl, Dr. Maya Angelou, had to say, when people show you are who they are, believe them. When people show you who they are, believe them, darling, the first time. She said, believe it the first time, okay? Believe it. This woman is playing no games with you, Karen Gore. You better worry about your safety. Somebody needs to worry about your safety, honey, because obviously nobody else was. And is it me or did Bravo Andy just seem a little bit perturbed with Monique? I think he was thinking she had the, oh, what's the word Terry uses? Terry Shropshire, the little, oh, the something gall. Oh, I'm gonna look it up because I did text and ask him. Something gall to sit up and talk about Monique. And then wait a minute, when Monique said, how I find ways to cope with stuff is I'll write a song about it. And she wrote the song. Andy had the nerve to really say, well, that was just a bad idea. Yeah, the song you said, and he quoted some lyrics, it was like, that was just a bad idea. And it seemed like every little thing he was just coming for them. I mean, I get it being mad at Chris because he said he would have stomped the poop out of all of them if he was Chris Jenner, not Chris Jenner. I'm so sorry, Chris. Don't want to put you in it. If he was Christian Bruce, what is Bruce's new name? I can't even remember Bruce's new name. If he was Bruce in heels with a transformation, if he was a woman, it would have been a beatdown. Basically, that's what he was trying to say. And I ain't mad at him because he was upset because y'all are coming for his wife. The unmitigated. It's the unmitigated gall. Andy, you have the unmitigated gall to tell Monique that she really wasn't an artist. That was a bad idea. She shouldn't have wrote the song. Yet Candace, oh, weeping willow over here. Now, Candace, I really don't know you, but I saw you in a Christmas movie, and let me tell you, you did an amazing job. You was in there with my sister, Brave Williams, and you guys were amazing. One thing I know about being in PR and working with these actresses, baby, these actresses at the drop of a dime could make those tears come. I taught my son when he was young to get it down to 30 seconds. So I never can believe an actress when she's in tears because I know this is what they're trained to do, their skill set. They're trained to cry on cue, to think of something sad because there's no way you were so distraught that you had to run off stage and pull yourself together and let your husband give you this pep talk. I felt like you guys was in a boxing ring, like it was Muhammad Ali and he was like, okay, let me give you this water. You ready? You ready, son? You ready? You ready? Okay, you ready to go back out there? You could do it. You do it. Let's go back out there and let's give them all we got. Yeah, that was too much. It was just a bit too much. Team too much. Candace, team too much. You got beat down on national television. It was over a year ago now. Suck it up. Get over it. Okay. I'm not saying get over it like it was okay for her to do that. Don't get it twisted. It was not okay for Monique to do that no matter what you did. Even if you would have hit her first, it was not okay. It's never okay to put your hands on anybody. But in the event that it happens, it's okay to just be embarrassed and get over it because you can't take it back. What can you do? So Monique said she tried on several attempts with her lawyer to issue an apology, but you guys, once you found out that you could file a civil suit, you and your husband said we are going to sue you and get millions. So get ready for it. So I mean, they probably have millions and it would be a good come up. I mean, she did put her hands on you. But is that what you really want to do? Have you ever noticed that anyone on reality TV who's put their hands on someone and tried to file a lawsuit or anything like that actually ended up disappearing for some time? They ended up just out of nowhere disappearing. It wasn't good. It just wasn't good. So I don't know if this will fare well with you. It seems like Andy's on your side, so really you don't have much to worry about with a man like Andy on your side, since he is the end all be all to everything. So I wouldn't worry about it. But since the lawsuit was kind of thrown out, since the lawsuit was kind of thrown out by the court, yeah, you might want to just try option two. Option two. That might be something you want to try. My battery is died. And I'm thinking that it's the SD card. And I changed the SD card when really it's the battery, but I think I have another one right here. Oh, I don't. Okay, we're not gonna worry about that right now because we could go back and take that later. But anyway, apology wasn't good enough for you, Monique. It just wasn't good enough because you wanted the lawsuit because you wanted the payday. Now you guys just sold the restaurant, so you're obviously not strapped for cash. But I think you just wanted to teach Monique a lesson. If you want to play, you gotta pay. And that lesson wasn't taught because nothing's gonna happen. And she just didn't even want to deal with y'all no more. You know what? Giselle, I am very disappointed in you. I am. I'm very disappointed that you know better and you're not doing better. You came in there with your security, girl, bye. You know they're not gonna let nothing happen to you. You know that Chris is not getting ready to jump over the couch and shaking the table. He's not gonna go K Michelle on y'all and shaking the table. He's not gonna do that. Like, any man would be upset when you come for that manhood. Then when you come, and then when it was a plot. I mean, even Monique, who y'all supposed to be cool with, and y'all supposed to be not even Monique, even Candace, she admitted that there was a plot going on to start a rumor that this was the trainer's kid. Now, she said that. So, I mean, y'all can't be like, oh, we didn't bring it up. Yes, you did bring it up. And Andy had a point. It wasn't filmed. That's the one thing, good thing Andy did decide to do is not put this on film because he knew it was a crock of crap. And he was just like, I'm not doing it. And he didn't. Chris, you sort of brought it up when you said, who did the baby look like? But I know you was just letting them know that you know that they've been talking about you behind your back and your kid is involved. Okay. I don't know if the blogs picked it up or what, but that just wasn't cool. And I know the fact that Monique did, have a little flirtiness going on with the trainer and you had to dead that situation yourself, that it probably just didn't sit well with you because it's like, you know what? But Chris, guess what? You look great. You got yourself together. I see you shed a few pounds. You were suited and booted. You came to put your word in. You did it, and we're gonna put it to rest. So Ashley didn't really have anything to say. Ashley was like, look, I am pregnant. I am not having nothing, wishing no bad will on this bundle of joy in my stomach. So I'm going to sit here and agree to disagree and let y'all, yes, I did that. Yes, I felt justified in doing it. And yes, I did. Okay, I did. Yes. I mean, that's the thing about Ashley. She always own her stuff. No matter what she do, she own it. Like all you could do is own stuff, take accountability for it. And even when Andy tried to corner her about Michael, Michael did blah blah, she'd be like, "Yep, he did. We talked about it. Yeah, we're good now." And it's done because what else is there to say? Okay. Now the real thing we need to talk about. I'm about to put my mic down because I might have to get closer to the screen so y'all can hear me. Because we about to talk about Power Book 2. Baby, Power Book 2. Courtney, the creator of this show, girl, you didn't play no games when you were writing this script out. Kudos to the writers, to the producers, because every week the stuff is like, it's not predictable, but I know what's going to happen and I call it and it happens and I catch stuff because see, Power is the type of show you can't watch while you diddling on the computer. You can't be texting. You need to look at faces, facial expressions when people walk out the room, those look backs, when people touch other people's hands. Mm-hmm. You need to see if that was a touch of endearment. You just got to see that eye to eye contact so you can see where is the lie. Okay. So let's start with Davis. Davis is a low down, just, I thought that Tariq securing him was really going to help in the beginning because he was impressed that Tariq went, got the money, and this was going to be a high profile case. And Tariq had to talk him into doing it, talking you into letting your light shine. Imagine that. But he did it. So I thought he was going to have Tariq's best interests at heart and try to figure out how to get Tasha out, while listening to Tariq and still not understanding what kind of bone he had up his sleeve, if he was going to pull out, ace of spade and or what, or if he was going to pull out a real bone and domino, you know what I'm saying? But that was not the case. Davis is low down and Paula is low down. Jabari is low down. Who else is low down? Why is all the black folks low down? Oh, wait a minute. All the folks on the show is black. And Sax is low down. Oh, yeah, I can't even say all the black folks is low down. Okay. Okay. So let's go to the big mouth advisor, Mrs. Milham. Is it Milham? Yeah, I'm just going to call Carrie Miss Milgram. Yeah. So Carrie goes to Zeke with this, I'm trusting you with my whole career. Surely you can trust me and tell me about Zeke. Was like, I ain't telling y'all about nothing. First of all, I don't think that Zeke even knew a whole lot to tell a whole lot. I don't think that Zeke understands everything, the witherall, the ins and out of his family. He knows his uncle is in jail. He know his family is into some stuff, but all Zeke is trying to do is get to the league, okay? And his sleep with older women because they got more maturity about themselves and they probably not asking him for no money. That part. Okay. So they're trying to figure out who killed the boy in the swimming pool at the school. And it's funny how the professors, the older ones, were like, there are no criminals at our Ivy League school. We don't have criminals here. And then he tried to say, well, I did give some of the parents a pass during parent week. Like, oh, basically you saying that we brought our trifling family and no good cousins up there and they could have did this drama because that's the only time you allow trash on campus. That's what you should have said. But I got it. I heard you. I heard you. Okay. Racial profiling. Oh, we're going to interview. Oh, and it's not Omari Hardwick, but the other guy who looks like him. Oh, I'm so mad I can't think of his name. And he is a friend of Rolling Out, a friend to the show, the friend to Munson. Oh, I'll think of it. It'll hit me. But he looks good. He got a good part. I hope it lasts because I know he needs that check. Lorenzo, something. Oh, it's gonna hit me. Okay, so racial profiling. Now Jabari want to stand up for, oh, so you're gonna go and you haven't learned anything over the summer. Jabari, what did you learn over the summer while you over there plagiarizing books and whatnot? Okay, the cat don't know how to call the kettle black. I don't even understand. The pot knows how to call the kettle black. See, y'all know I am not good with these cliches at all and will quote one wrong in a heartbeat. Okay. Okay. So I like in the school how they always have a book in that elevation level. See, this is why kids need to go to college because they don't do this in the high schools. So they take a book, they make the kids read it, and you have to read that book. So I like how they use Frankenstein because the whole theme of the show, I don't know if you caught it or not, was monster. Like he is a monster because Ghost called somebody a monster. Did he call himself a monster? I don't know if he told Tariq once you go there, it's no turning back. So basically it's like once you go there and do these monster deeds, and I think these monster deeds were killing somebody, that you can't go back to being a normal person. The problem with Tariq is that he basically has led a very sheltered life and all he's seen the criminality was in his own family, his Uncle Tommy, his mom, his dad, like everyone close to him. That's what he saw. So, they talk about Frankenstein. Now, I like the points they made. Frankenstein People are scared of him because you're scared of someone because what they look like. Okay, so you could be a monster like Craig Mack. They was calling him a monster because he had the bad acne and because of what he looked like. But we weren't really scared of him, but we just listened to his music on the air. In person, he was fly, so I wasn't scared of him. I was like, okay, it's a little bad skin. We could get some proactive something to take care of that. But that's just open-minded me. The other point was that Tariq made is Frankenstein is the one who created the monster. So that's who you should be mad at because of what he's able to create and produce. Because he was thinking about his own parents teaching him how to do that. And then it goes back to Cain, which we'll get into in a minute, how your kids basically know what you train them to do. That's who they become. That's who they are. So you always have to say, when they say the apple don't fall too far from the tree, I know I got that one right. It's true. Why? Because it just don't. Because it's learned behavior. Okay, what do you expect them to do? Okay, Lauren. Now Lauren called herself having a crush on Tariq, mad because he didn't want to smash, and she's gonna just try to make it better when she put her foot in her mouth in the classroom. Chase Tariq down the hallway talking about Tariq, I wasn't talking about your mom. She didn't deserve to go to jail. But drug dealers and murderers, they're the ones who deserve to go to jail. And Tariq is looking at her like, just get out my face. Basically. Lauren, you made it worse, girl. You just have no idea. Just go find Ivy League and see if y'all can work it out. Like you're not about this life. Okay. So Tasha panicking. So why did they have a whole search? Now, when they started searching the jail, did you guys think that that search was set up for Tasha? Because I didn't think it was set up for her. I thought it was just this random search that they typically do. Till the guy came right to her rescue, like right on time. And little did she know, one of the guards in there watching her and came to her rescue. She had nothing to do but trust him. And they searched it and she was clean because that low down dirty Sax, him and Davis, Davis is really the black Sax, pretty much. He tried to search it and pin her on something, but see, you can't get around it. And I think in the back of Sax's mind, he really is starting to believe that Tasha really is a kingpin as well. Or maybe he just wants her in jail. And I can't understand why he wants Tasha behind bars so bad. I don't know. I just don't. I don't get it. Okay. So he called her Little Miss Queen Pin. I thought he was calling her Little Miss Clean Pin because they couldn't find anything in her in her room. Okay, let's talk about the advisor. Back to Miss Milgram. Oh, Snoop Doggy Dog. How's she gonna go through Zeke's photos? Just going through his stuff. How did she even get those photos? Was she in his dorm room? Did she open his backpack? I don't even know how she got those photos, but she read on the back of them and saw who his guardians were. And she just Googling stuff. See, that's why her and Jabari was able to get together because they got the same mindset. Just, they not right. Those two people are not right. The advisors at the schools, just because they call them advisors and counselors, don't let them advise your child because them people barely advising themselves. They don't even know what kind of how to put the classes together. See, they got me just talking all crazy right now. Okay, so Kane. Drew confronts Kane about the corner boys and the GTG guy and all of that. He walks in and Kane is, Drew is like, he told him to handle that. And in his mind, he was the big man when he told Monique, I made that call. Yeah, you made that call. And what is he doing? Walking right past you. Oh, what's up, Drew? Oh, that was a slap in the face. And Drew was like, really? And then Kane had the nerve to say, because the GTG guy was loyal. Oh, okay. Let's see if where loyalty get you. will get your whole family and gets you at the end, okay? So when Tasha and Davis and Paula met, now when Paula tried to get her 2 words in, Tasha noticed how Davis put his hand over hers. That was like a term of endearment, like, let me handle this. The way he put his hand over hers. See, people like Tasha and me, we peep game. We peeped it. So he put his hand over hers. And what happened? Oh, then when they was about to leave, I did not do that smack thing. Oh, I got that from watching too much Instagram. Okay, look though, check it out. So they were about to leave, and Paula looked back at Tasha, and Tasha was looking at her like, are you really sleeping with this dude? Because all she needed to see was that hand gesture, that hand motion. And in her mind, she like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. So she called her back and like, how you gonna let him sit here and lie in my face? And then Paula just denies the whole lie. And in the same breath, she apologizes and explains why she denied the lie. Oh my goodness, Paula is so weak. She just fall apart so quick. And Tasha knew, she's like, oh, just like when he was with his wife. And how long you been waiting? I was waiting too. And the side piece dead. I'm in jail. You see, don't nothing good come to the side piece. But let me tell you, even though the side piece at the end of the day might get beat down, killed, put in jail, all of that for the sorry Negro, which we have seen happen on Sisters, the side chick be having the information. A man will sit up and tell the side chick all the business, everything, and she will know what's going on in every household that he got going on. Okay, the main side chick will, at least she'll know everybody's business, because men cannot keep their mouth shut because they just run it and they talk too much. But you know what? She got to thinking, Tasha got in her head. And then she got to thinking, like, yeah, this man is still married. We're not even together. And he lying to me. Like, what in the world? So the captain was so smart to hire a detective to follow Sax around, because Sax is so low down and dirty. And where's that little trifling niece of his that haven't been on lately? This is the second week I ain't seen her little butt. Oh, the Snoop Doggy Dogg Jr. Okay, so they both go to Epiphany, and Epiphany, I mean, if Epiphany is ghetto was a person, it would be Epiphany. So she just was like, look, I'm not snitching. Oh, y'all gonna reduce, I'm not going to jail and I get custody of my, what y'all need me to say? How much? What y'all need me to say? Oh, she went from I'm not being a snitch to Tasha to how much? Oh, okay. What's the lines? Negroes ain't worth the, I'm not even gonna say. I ain't even gonna say. Braylon. Let's talk about Braylon. Now, Braylon is another one just so mad at Tariq, so mad he think his girlfriend tried to sleep with him. He wasn't really buying that story. Then, as soon as Tariq set the cocaine on the table, Braylon's whole mindset just shifted. He was like, oh, well, then he had a whole brilliant new plan. We're going to call Effie. We're going to get it TL. We're going to get more money. Oh, I thought you wasn't even dealing with him no more, period. Money will turn you into a monster. Do not be ruled by money and the things it can get you. Take all the morals of the stories that you guys see, the outcome in the story power book too. It's all a lesson to be learned in every little episode. It's a lot going on, but it's a lot of lessons taught here. Okay, so Tariq gets him to set him up with Effie, and I think Tariq really likes Effie, and Do y'all think Effie was his first? I think she really low key was. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. But I don't feel the opposite way because that Effie girl, she's do what she got to do to make it in these streets. And she goes to Yale, so Effie is also smart and a hustler. Well, I guess you got to be smart to be hustling coke around. Oh, this girl, these kids, they're killing me. Zeke. Zeke was oblivious, and then she tried to sit up there and the advisor, Miss Milgram, and give him like the third degree. And he was like, look, you don't know my family. I'm not my family. I'm not having this and that. I don't have nothing to do with it. But see, she tried to get in his head. You could lose your draft. You're a victim. If they find out, you're gonna be afflicted with a cover-up. The counselor, all them women have a way of manipulating stuff. Zeke was at Monique's house like and lickety split. Like, look, I cannot be affiliated with y'all. And I know Monique felt bad because she didn't want to put Zeke in the situation, but Drew is the one who got him out of the situation where his knee is still good. Shout out to Drew. He didn't get enough credit for that, if you ask me. But also, Tasha, when she told Zeke to stay there, I thought she wanted him to just stay there and lay low so nobody would ask him questions. Ta- Not Tasha. Monet is so smart. Monet wanted him to stay over there so that she could go trucking down to the school at the midnight hour, sit in that lady office and wait for her to come. When she opened that door and saw Monet sitting in her chair, what was she even doing in the office that late at night? For one thing, it was Monet going to stay there till the next morning till she got to work if she wouldn't have came. Yeah, I think she was. That was good. So she was just looking real dumb. I bet you she won't what she should have did was say what she said. Nah, she might have got killed. Maybe she should have just kept her mouth shut like she did. But she gonna try to fix it. And the good thing is she said some players. She did not say Zeke. So I'm glad about that part. But Davis, her nemesis, he did see Drew in those pictures and at the school. So he's going to go snooping around next week some more. Paula. Okay, Paula Natasha was lying. Oh, yeah, she broke down. Okay, we covered that. Sax calling Epiphany. Oh, Sax ain't crap. He really was going to try to act like he wanted Epiphany there to do a good deed, like he did the other guy who's now chasing Tariq down for his money. That's the exact same thing he was going to do to Epiphany. Epiphany, he is not having her there to do good and help Tasha out. Please. He is not to be trusted. So when Tariq caught up with her, I was so glad that she said what she said about the money part and he just gave her the money because he don't want to kill nobody. Tariq honestly don't want to just be a killer and doesn't want to be a monster. And Tasha was all nervous in court because the girl didn't show up and she knew what she had gave, what orders she gave out. So I think she was thinking like, uh-oh, did he do it? But I'm glad he gave her the money and then he had to just face Monique. I mean Monet. Oh, Monet's money. Man, I think that Tariq was like at this point, when he had that reflection on Tommy fussing at him, his mom, his dad, his sister trying to hold a secret, and then she go outside. He was just like, man, everybody who cared about me, I got them put in some mess from not listening. Maybe I do just need to take this one, from her. At least my mom will be out of jail. Now, see, that is a boy who love his mama. He'd rather have his mama out on the streets and he'd be sitting behind bars than his mom sitting there for something he did. And that is love right there. It's love. Okay? So sex is so trifling. Again, glad he got followed. Glad the guy had the pictures. to show him, or him and Davis getting together. And you know what I didn't like? How Sax tried to go and flip that whole scenario and tell Davis, oh yeah, I'm blackmailing you for this. And Paula, at the end of the day, I'm taking everybody down. And Davis, you knew better than to trust him. And Paula, you knew better than to know that Davis was not going to trust him. It's like, who can you trust? All these people got counterparts that they work with, that they're different, in what's it called? Cahoots with the person, and they're still like flipping out on them. So it's like survival of the fittest, okay? Because you can't trust anybody. You just can't. So let's see. Big Mouth, Miss Pilgrim, Tasha at Zeke's house so she could get to the school. Oh yeah. Monet. Monet showing up. Oh, I'm just way ahead of my notes. Okay, cool. I did love that scene with Effie and Tariq. And Tariq was kind of like, girl, I don't know, left or right, left. I don't even know who you are right now. Effie was like, look, this who you are. This who I am. We got to accept it and be who we are and keep it pushing. Effie just has no conscience. Like a woman like that, a roommate like that, that's how you end up under the bed and wrapped up in those gym mats because of that attitude right there. And she's probably right. She's going to end up getting locked up doing time because she's not going to get away with this forever. It's just not going to happen. It's really not. But I do like their chemistry and they are falling in love. And I could see a spinoff with some Bonnie and Clyde stuff with Effie and Tariq. I really could. So Tariq goes to take Effie out. Now I like how she was like, "Oh yeah, the man was with him, Sax, and he said and blah blah." I mean, she's just running her mouth, not knowing that she is just stirring up a whole lot of brew running that mouth. But that's good, girl. Run your mouth, stir the brew up, let them know so they'll know. Don't play with you no more. Okay. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So Sax was just looking so stupid in court when Effie, oh, excuse me, not Effie, when Epiphany, all these names didn't show up. Yeah, and then they found out why she didn't show up, and that was just a mess. Nobody can trust nobody, but guess what? You cannot trust a woman scorned. If a woman is scorned, oh baby, you going down. If she is scorned, all bets are off. You better make her feel like number one if she know everything because it's gonna be over for you. And when she's done, son. So the kicker was when Davis thought he was gonna sweet talk her, and he was like, "Yeah, baby girl, we could talk, we could work this out." And she was like, "What? We was never together. Work it out with your wife." Like, I knew she was gonna throw up that wife thing, and she was not talking about women in film and entertainment. Okay, yeah, go home and work that out, and then get back to me. So I'm glad Tasha did put that little bug in her hair, and she was just like, "Yeah, play me. It's the last time." And I'm glad Tariq is so smart. He knew who to call. That Tanika, oh, she just waiting for a reason to put Sax under. Is next week the last episode for this season? I think it is because Sax is getting his. She gonna have that video. She gonna have everything she need. That U.S. Attorney General title. And he gonna get everything that he deserved. Him and Tariq might be in jail together. Real talk. But just for a minute, even if Tariq does get some time, I don't think he'll get that much time because he could say it was self-defense. That did Ghost have a gun to pull him? I don't remember, but he could say that. And I think he knew where the gun was hidden. And he could be like, it was Ghost's gun if it was registered to him. He snatched it from him and all of that. I don't know how that'll pan out, but Tariq is so smart. I am so happy about that. And what did you guys think about her? I thought it was good. It was a lot, but it wasn't too much. And I'm glad they stopped having Paula just be with Davis, but Paula, the kids, she like, this a grown man. He is not no kid. Girl, he is not 21, but hey, she know he going to the league. She's going to get that. Monet, why I keep calling her Monique? Monet will never let that happen. Girl, just go and find you a new man now because Monet is putting into that. Please drop down in the comments, you guys, and tell me what you think about Monique from Real Housewives of Potomac. Oh, that's why I keep calling her that because I got Monique on the brain. Lowering a bomb and telling them, I quit, I'm done, I can't do this. I am mad at her. Her husband have the money. She's probably been saving her money. And she don't need that. With all her kids, she doesn't need that type of aggravation. At least she got the publicity. She got the Lazy Moms podcast. She got everything she needed up and running. She said she spent $200,000 on the podcast. Y'all hear that? Podcast backers. This podcast has been brought to you by Currency Formula. If you are interested in Forex trading, then I suggest you give Jay and Berg a call. So that's at hello underscore I am underscore J, and that's at Berg BERG Forex. Call them, they will hook you up, they will tell you what you need to do. They will have your money make money, and it will make money quickly. And hey, win some, you lose some, that's how it goes. But you will understand that and business credit, and you will be smart like Tariq. Only thing Tariq got to do next season is give him a ride, because him bumming rides from folks and running from place to place all over town, Tariq, you should have had a shoe sponsor. All this running around you doing, okay? At least a good Nike or something. Reebok, Jordan. I don't know. I don't think Jordan does sponsorships, but you should have some kind of shoe hookup because you always on your feet. See, that's why you need. Well, no, you got Charlie Mack, but he might not be hip to like the new stuff that I feel you need. Tell Johnny Mac to holler at me and maybe we could collaborate and put together some things for you because you're doing big things, young man. Very proud of you. Been watching you act since you were a little baby, since you were like 4 or 5. I've seen you in some movies and you're doing a great job. Kudos to Monique, Cloud Chaser of the Week. This week, it has to go to Andy Bravo. Andy, you are the Cloud Chaser of the Week because you down Monique, you took sides, you were being biased. Candace is not even chasing clout. She just playing victim. I don't even know what that mess is. And I don't know, maybe Portia is going to be the one they're saying, the people are saying, to keep Real Housewives of Atlanta afloat. And, maybe we can see her and Dennis back in therapy or something. I don't think Dennis is going back to therapy, to be honest. I don't. But little Pilar, we got little baby P. Maybe she's gonna be the face of the hot dog factory. I don't know. He is building the kingdom and the empire for that little girl. So I don't know. Maybe Portia is gonna get a franchise for her and Pilar to run. I do not know how this is gonna go down. I know it's got to get interesting. It's got to get interesting. And I am done with this podcast. I hope that you are not out there doing anything for clout. And I hope that you are a real wife, a woman in film, food, fitness, fashion, fun, and film and entertainment. And if you are, drop down in the comments and request to schedule an interview. We would like to know how you became a wife. Okay. We would like to know your journey. We would like to hear your story. My name is Jonelle PR, and I am out like a light.